I'm going to tell you something which is going to unveil to us the true knowledge of ourselves, the potential we have, and light, so that the same glories and success performed by other human beings may be ours. A human being in the full knowledge of himself is a superb and a supreme creature of creation. When a human being possesses the full knowledge of himself, he becomes the master of his own environment, the captain of his own ship, the director of his own destiny, and the accomplisher of his own ends. A human being must understand himself, because a human being is full of knowledge, and knowledge was a gift from God. When God created a human being, he deprived him of nothing. He was given a faculty of understanding all things around him, and in that faculty, nothing was taken away from him. So there is no excuse for a black human being in lacking the knowledge of beautifying a black human being's place of residence and produce what he needs in this era of civilization. Because when a human being is in full potential of himself, he can do whatever is pleasing. If a human being is able to live with the true knowledge of himself, the full potential of himself, and that greater knowledge of nature, a human being must know that what is not right and that what is right. He must know also something which is fine and that which is not fine. He must be able to differentiate between something which is material, physical, and spiritual. If we leave now a black human being's place of residence and go to other races' place of residence, like China, Europe, America, you'll find out that they are busy telling their fellow citizens the wonderful accomplishments of their great citizens and proving who they were. But we, the black race on planet Earth, we have hated ourselves and committed atrocities among ourselves. And the result is, while other places are doing progress, while China is dealing with industrialization, America is dealing with technology, Europe is dealing with nationalism, we are still fighting ourselves, dishonoring ourselves, and showing dispositions about ourselves. But we were created for a purpose other than exhibiting malice. What a pity is, we cannot stand united without ethnic link. But there is no ethnic link compelling other races to stand together. They have worked together and understood themselves together with a gift of God of understanding and reasoning together. And the gift of God calls a human being to have a vision and understand them together. The gift of God calls them to understand together or maybe die together. But a black man on planet Earth, you can preach to him on the pulpit, teach him from the blackboard, lecture him from the whiteboard, from villages, towns, and cities, the need to unite, he will not unite. Try to talk to him gently, even try to be harsh, still he will not. However, history has written that whoever understands himself and works upon himself gets what he needs. But because of our dispositions towards each other, we are living in suffering, poverty, slavery, wanting and killing ourselves. But black human being, what is wrong with us? Why do we have no affections towards each other? Like people of one family, living in charity, love, and sharing amongst ourselves. I pray that we adopt that path of togetherness for us to enjoy the richness and prosperity of our place of residence. Live in ignorance and darkness. Why select the worst of nature? God never gave man suffering and pain in the world. It was a man himself who selected the pain and sorrows. We are the ones responsible for our sorrows. God created us with everything. So because he gave us the highest personality of the whole creation, our sorrows are our own. I would wish to share a story that long ago, when I was in my lower classes of studies, we had a football match in a certain school. There happened a scenario that one of our boys, our friends, was beaten up by the other school. After the match, we returned back to our school. That very evening, one of our great teachers I will not forget him, Mr. Okror John Robert, called for a meeting of all of us who had gone for the march. In that gathering, he called 5 strong boys in the whole congregation and made them to stand in front. We didn't know even why, the reason. After, he picked 5 sticks of the same size and gave each one of them one. After giving each one of them one, he told them, you break those sticks. And these boys broke them easily. And then after, he called for our attention and asked us that, who among these 5 boys is the strongest? We selected Opio. When Opio could start, if Opio stands in front, he is really a strong boy. After selecting Opio is the only one who remained in front. Mr. Okror again got 5 sticks of the same size, all of them together, and gave them to Opio, and told Opio, because you are the strongest boy among the whole school, you break those sticks. Opio tried his level best to break the sticks. He tried his best, and all was in vain. After that, Mr. Okror told us that, have you seen how these 5 boys broke these sticks? They broke them easily. Have you seen how Opio, the strongest boy in class, the strongest boy in the whole school, failed to break these 5 sticks? If you had united together, your friend would have not beaten. But because you decided to leave him alone, that is why he was tortured like that. And the message to us as Africans is that if we stand together as those 5 sticks which were given to Opio, no one can touch us. We become undefeatable, unbreakable. But if we remain the way we are, for the example, Libya, recently, it was just a week was enough to destroy Libya. But if we come together, all of us, the 54 portions of Africa, and unite, America will be too small for us. Even Europe, even though they unite, they will be too small for us. Therefore, I call for the unity of our continent, for God and my continent.